So, hello everyone. So, this is the first ORDAO Fractal meeting. And now, since it's the first meeting, I will give some background for ORDAO in general and ORDAO office hours that came before. So, ORDAO is a toolset or even a framework for uh, DAOs which use respect, non-transferable reputation token we call respect. It's a toolset for DAOs to efficiently execute on-chain actions using democratic methods, combating issues like voter apathy, uh, using what's called uh, optimistic respect-based executive contract. Uh, and so over the last year, I've been developing ORDAO and Optimism Fractal, one of the Fractal communities, has been using it. Uh, but yeah, and I also been hosting ORDAO office hours, which where you can learn, and which are a bunch of meetings where I like presented more information about ORDAO, how it works, and so on. So if you want to go into learn more details about the inner workings of ORDAO, you can watch videos in this playlist. Uh, yeah, but so far ORDAO didn't have a front end, and over the last couple of months, I've been developing that while also applying to base batches hackathon with this project of front end for ORDAO, and yeah, and we arrived at a point where we realized that it was a good time to graduate ORDAO office hours into ORDAO Fractal. Because previously our office hours implied that it's just me, it's just people coming to learn about our DAO and uh, and so on. But it was already started to becoming more like a fractal because we started playing respect game every meeting, and yeah, so I realized that this was a good turning point to uh, I mean, our DAO getting a new front end was a good turning point to start our DAO fractal. Uh, yeah, this is why we are here to start the first meeting. Um, this ORDAO fractal will use uh, respect distributed doing ORDAO office hours to to in governance to pass proposals. So it's actually this respect that has been distributed during ORDAO office hours, and yeah, and uh, for DAO Fractal will have a new token. So this is a chance to start earning the DAO Fractal respect. Yes, and today we will. That's the point of the main purpose from my side. That's the main purpose of this meeting today is to play first respect game for DAO Fractal. Uh, for one, we will recognize people who has contributed to helping me deliver this front end and application for base batches and any other people, and uh, yeah, so we will play respect game, and then I don't know, we could have any question and answer session, or 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 we could discuss whatever we want, but yeah, any questions, thoughts from others?
I don't have questions, but just go ORDAO Fractal. I'm excited for the official launch and really excited about the new app that you built, Tadas. I think it's awesome. So excited to be here.
Yes, and also one more thing. Uh, another way to learn more about ORDAO is this ORDAO Fractal Lab demo video we did for base batches. So yeah, I don't want to. Uh, yeah, so if you want to learn more, you can. Another way to learn is this video, which I think you will be able to find. And yeah, it's also in this playlist for ORDAO. Uh, yeah, so I guess uh, we could go into playing respecting. Who
Sounds good.
Okay, so I will get the Fractalgram ready. We will use the old Fractalgram since the new one has currently some issues with integration.
By the way, Tadas, while you're getting it set up, one thing I can ask is, like, what is your plan for ORDAO Fractal? Like, do you expect that the ORDAO Fractal meetings will operate much differently than the ORDAO office hours meetings? Like the ORDAO office hours meetings, we played a little bit, like we played a small respect game at the end, but it was mostly presentation educational. So do you expect that going forward with the next ORDAO Fractal meetings and future ones that it will be more so like kind of this format where maybe a brief presentation, but then it's mostly about playing the respect game and sharing people's contributions and stuff? Or have you not decided that yet?
Uh, well, my like ideally for me, I would love for DAO to get more contributors, and then this respect game in our DAO Fractal would become more meaningful, more needed. Uh, but like I don't have, and like I said, with turning to our DAO Fractal instead of our DAO office hours, it implies that we are like at the point where more contributors could help. Uh, but yeah, I don't have a strong any strong plans, and my basically approach toward our office hours was that I host them as is needed, and I will probably keep doing the same with ORDAO Fractal. So this ORDAO Fractal will probably stay more tech oriented, so uh, it's for people, especially relevant for people either for people who are developing ORDAO or for people who are testing it, or for people who want to learn uh, more about it, or for people who are planning to deploy it for their community. So it's uh, more for development, and it's the first Fractal where I deploy new versions of the software. Uh, so it's basically that kind of workflow where I first test it on ORDAO Fractal, and then if it works, then other fractals which are typically less tech savvy, then I deploy for them. So that has been the main purpose so far for ORDAO office hours, and I think it's uh, well, from my side at least it's the main purpose, and I think it will probably stay that way. Uh, yeah, and technically anyone could host ORDAO Fractal meeting according to the current intent document that I created. So yeah, basically, if anyone has made some contributions, then it makes sense to have our DAO Fractal meeting for them to present what they did, and then to play respect game to award them. Yeah, so that's a long-winded answer, but I think it's a very good question that we needed to touch on in this meeting.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for the overview. That makes a lot of sense, and I appreciate the detail.
Yes, so
It looks like maybe Will got excited and decided to try to simple attack the ORDAO Fractal so he could earn more respect. I don't know.
What? I'm trying to Sybil attack. No, I just joined from my PC versus my phone. So do I need? I just closed the browser window.
Yeah, no, I figured. Well, I wasn't accusing you. I was just joking around because you had two Will T's, and
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I just thought it was a funny joke.
Will T number 1 gets level 4. Will T number 2 gets level 3.
Yeah. Where does that 6 Will T's joining?
That's funny. Two Will T's. No, this is only my second ever Jitsi, so
Okay.
Web app on mobile does not work well with earbuds, so that's why I came over here.
Okay.
Because now I'm doing what I was doing in my kitchen to come over here and be fully attentive. So, but everything so far sounds good. I'm excited to see the new front end. I'm a big UI guy, so I want to see the user interface of ORDAO.
Yes, I'm sure you will find some issues. It's the first iteration, but yeah, I'm really eager to hear your feedback. So if you can provide it,
Well, I'm great at breaking things, so maybe I'll get extra. Hey, here's an idea: respect, right? Bug bounties for respect. I don't know. What do you think?
what values for?
Bug bounties. So, like, if anybody's testing or they find a bug, right, then you reward them in respect. I don't know. It's just a thought.
Yes. Well, I think it could be addressed in respect game. I would definitely consider like testing and bug reports as contribution.
I agree. Although also now I think you're going to be pretty impressed with it, Will. I mean, it is it's kind of like first version of the ORDAO Fractal. I'm sure it'll get much better over the coming months and years, but already I was like, I'm very impressed with it. And now there is the possibility for like anybody to go ahead and just say like, oh, that person deserves 10 respect for doing this extra thing outside of the respect game. And whether we want to do that or not, that's another question. We might just want to award the respect via the respect game, but now with the app, technically it's like very easy to do that kind of thing, which it never was before, which is like a pretty powerful new possibility that the app offers.
Yeah, later I could demo a bit what we can do. Basically, you can basically make a proposal to mint yourself respect, and if others approve it, then you can get it. I already tried to do it unsuccessfully. They didn't give me respect, but maybe some other time. Maybe you will have more success.
Yeah, me and Rose were like, I had to shut you down there, little Tadas. Hope you don't mind that. Also, in our defense, you told us to. So Tadas was the director, so he had it all in his plan, basically, the mastermind that he would get shut down. So
yeah, so we'll see if you want to understand what we're talking about it in that demo video that we made.
yeah, I encourage you to check it out as well as everybody watching.
You have a link to the demo video?
Yes, I shared it in the Jitsi chat, and I also shared the Telegram group link. Please join.
Yeah, I got that. Okay, here's the YouTube. Okay, I will definitely watch this for sure. Not right now.
Nice. You may have to make some of those extra wills if you want to watch at the same time.
Oh, there's one YouTube broadcast that broadcasts back to X that I watch from both X and YouTube simultaneously. So.
Okay, interesting. I
Just so I can comment. I can comment.
Yeah. Oh, so you can comment. Okay. That's totally understanding, but okay. I don't know if you muted yourself on purpose there. Just ask you at the thing.
I did because I'm searching for my wallet address.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do the same thing now too. try to focus here.
I got to turn on my. So with this being a new respect token, right? Should I? Yeah, I'll just continue to use my reputation wallet. That's fine. That has respect on optimism. So this is on base, right? Then.
Yes, ORDAO Fractal is on base. You could use, you don't have to use the same address as for Optimism Fractal.
Yeah, but I view this as like a form of reputation. This is my reputation wallet. So the higher I get this wallet on reputational standards, Web3 reputational standards, then that's going to be pretty cool. Just saying.
Yeah, makes sense. And I already kind of start to recognize people's participants' addresses from Fractal, so it's nice to
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully we'll get the naming system.
Oh, we're just waiting on Rosemary.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I was looking into ENS a lot yesterday. Tadas actually messaged me, and something would be great to talk about sometime for that naming system. Okay, looks like we're all ready. So first, we should go around in turns and share what we did.
Right. I forgot.
That's how we usually play the recepting,
yes,
I think.
Yes, I said that's how we should do it. Okay. So don't vote yet. Who wants to go first? Present their contributions.
Contribution specific to ORDAO Fractal, yeah?
Yes, in this case, yes.
Okay.
ORDAO more generally, not just Fractal, but
yes. Contributions to ORDAO.
To ORDAO. Okay. Yeah. I've had the intent of joining office hours. I've had it on my calendar. However, there have been conflicts. But I am here now, and I'm attending the first ORDAO Fractal event. So that's been my main contributions. I have been reviewing the data that's produced in the Discord. Every time a respect game is played, as far as like looking at the transactions and things like that within the Discord. That's the Optimistics Discord, I believe, right? Just want to make sure I'm categorizing that correctly. So that's been my main contribution. However, I have volunteered to be a user experience tester and potentially identify some bugs within the ORDAO. So there you go. That's my contribution.
Thanks, Will. Who wants to go next? I guess I could go since I'm unmuted.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will present contributions since the last ORDAO office hours meeting. So in the last few ORDAO office hours meetings, in the 2 meetings ago, I demonstrated the new front end locally running, and then last meeting we tested it on the local public network, going through a couple of scenarios. Thanks to Dan and Jacob who participated. And then since the last ORDAO office hours meeting, I basically, to make it easier, I just will go through a commit log. So first of all, I fixed a couple of bugs, fixed some links that went, some buttons with links which went to wrong places, fixed the submit breakout room form which did not parse the URL parameters correctly. So when Fractalgram was linking to the front end to submit results, it was the front end was not parsing the URL correctly. I fixed that. Then I fixed how that the amount of time left in voting or veto stages is displayed. Then one big fix is that in previous meeting the front end was not appearing well for people who had the default color mode set to dark in their system. Now, for now, it's just there is no dark mode. I just fixed it to be light for everyone. Yeah, then bunch of stuff that makes it easier to for developers for me to develop at least. Then another big one is I made it properly responsive so that it appears well on the on smartphones, on mobile. Now it's usable on mobile, and you can see all the proposals and so on. Then another thing I did was created a new proposal type, set periods. Well, basically that proposal type. You could previously you could still make this proposal and execute it, but you would have to do it as a custom call, which is harder to do for not technical people. And now you have this form which makes it easier to execute this set periods action, which sets length of vote and veto periods. Yes, then a bunch of other small fixes in README. And then final thing I did is I published the new more client version for Abraham's for newer client version, library version, which Abraham started using. So it integrates some changes that I did to our client while working on this app. And then finally we did this demo video. I came up with a script for our a scenario for how we demonstrated a scenario which demonstrated the basically use case of ORDAO. And then we some finishing touches on base batches application. So we applied with base batches with this app in the showcase category, which is basically a category for projects which already exist but implemented some feature. And that's all from my side. Thanks for listening. So who wants to go next?
Thanks, Tadas. I'm happy to go next if it'd be helpful. Rosemary, if you want to go before me, feel free. Also, welcome Harveesto. We're in the middle of a respect game where we're sharing our contributions to ORDAO. So hope you're doing well and appreciate seeing your supportive message in the Fractal app chat, not in the Fractal. You said awesome 26-minute demo and so forth. So appreciate that. So yeah, if Rosemary or Harveesto you want to go before me, but I'm happy to go first if you want.
Yeah, 26 minutes. That's a good. That's a meaningful achievement. Dan worked a lot for this.
Yeah, that's true. But it looks like Rosemary sharing her screen now, I guess. Is that Rosemary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so the 14th of April is not the timeline since the last office hours we had, which was a week ago, but you can decide whether to take this or not as a contribution. It's just because previously I haven't presented it, so I thought I'd share it now. I generally support the ORDAO Fractal development, and in general ORDAO through promotion. And in this case, this was the promotion for the Optimistics Toolkit grant. that was live on Gitcoin, and I made this thread with the help of Dan and shared links about ORDAO. And also, I think over here, I've included it in a bunch of places to tell the full story. And then this was from last week, about a week ago. I shared the town hall thread where we were discussing our participant agreement and so forth. And I also mentioned that some of the key discussions were about ORDAO deployment progress. So I have mentioned it a few times throughout the thread to give updates for people who are due to watch the video or maybe just explore the thread. And I've linked to this season 3 of Town Hall, where there's more there. I think I've mentioned ORDAO a few times in there too, but that's a bit of an older contribution. And over here, for example, in this case, for the promotion for Optimism Fractal Season 6 event that started last Thursday, I made a thread, and I put ORDAO implementation as part of the Season 5 highlights. I made this thread with the help of Dan as well, and also mentioned ORDAO front-end development as things to look ahead for Season 6, and I linked and so forth over here. Actually, I also mentioned ORDAO office hours playlist as other exciting initiatives and the ORDAO Fractal community, so I've promoted that too. Anyway, I've linked also to the governance forum post on Optimism, where there are more details here, as you can see, about ORDAO front-end development, and also the superchain ORDAO, which Jacob and Tadas and Dan are collaborating on with regards to the superchain interop program. And mentioned it, linked to the playlist here and so forth, so adding more details to that original thread. And also, finally, I participated in the creation of this video about the Fractal app demo that was part of the base batches application that Tadas submitted, which was showing how the ORDAO Fractal app works. And I came here thanks to the script that Tadas gave us. I took part of demonstrating how the app works. So that's it from me. Thank you. And Dan, would you like to go next?
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll go next. Great presentation, Rosemary. Thanks for your contributions. And I'll go ahead now. I don't think I have screen sharing permissions on the app that I'm in Jitsi right now, so I'll just I'll follow up with a less impressive visual presentation and just talk through some of the things I've done to help ORDAO. So, but I can also kind of bootstrap maybe or piggyback on things that Tadas and Rosemary shared. So picture the things that Tadas and Rosemary shared on their screens as I'm speaking and imagine. So I did collaborate with Rosemary and drafted a lot of those things that she shared, or at least I drafted the Optimism Fractal season thread, or I spoke about that with her and the tweets and stuff. So that stuff, a bunch of it, I did, a bunch of it she did, a bunch of it we collaborated on. I did make that in the Gitcoin application. That was a couple months ago, or like a month or two ago. And then I also produced the past 2 ORDAO office hours videos. I've been producing all of them. I haven't shared them in the chat yet, I don't think, but I produced them. And sometimes there's some little things that make it difficult to produce that. The last one was a little tricky. And then the application that Tadas showed for the ORDAO Fractal app, I've been coordinating with Tadas on that for the past few weeks. I mean, Tadas, he did all the building, and he took the lead on a lot of the strategy, but I shared an initial document back a few weeks ago, and I also shared the base batches opportunity with Tadas in the first place, I think. And then I shared like a document that Tadas commented on and I commented on, and that helped us, I think, develop the strategy for what Tadas would apply with, or we applied together, but what Tadas was building. and just try to provide like a lot of helpful feedback along the way. And met with Tadas a couple times to talk about this over the weeks, and then I contributed a lot to the application in terms of the writing of it. I drafted the problem statement, and I gave Tadas like a few different versions of it, and then Tadas refined it from there, and the name and tagline and links and stuff like that. So did a lot of that stuff, and then I also created the ORDAO Fractal app user guide that Tadas has featured on the website or on the ORDAO Fractal app site. Tadas maybe refined it, and we also, that was partially from our conversation, and I took the transcripts and stuff, but I put that together to give like a simple user guide that people can understand the app with. And then I played a big role in the video production of the 26-minute video that Tadas shared. So yeah, at first that was 38 minutes, which was too long. Tadas asked me to help make a presentation, asked me to help with making the intro and the problem statement and the conclusion. So I hosted those, and I created a presentation for those, and I also drafted like a script or outline for that for most of the video, taking into account Tadas's directorial screenplay that he directed for us to do, and then I also coordinated with Rosemary beforehand to help her get up to speed with the roles, and I discussed that to help make it go more smoothly. And then yeah, after recording 38-minute video, I needed to shorten it because I needed to make it better, and so I stayed up late that night and I worked like pretty hard, quite hard. I did all the takes again, and I like recorded another 40-minute video, and I kept saying it wrong, and then I said it right, and then I would like cut it. I also cut out some little tech errors we had and stuff like that too, and just try to make the whole video much like smoother. So I think it came out a lot better. And then I promoted ORDAO at Optimum Town Hall, and talked about it with Gene and Will, and then also hosted the Optimum Town Hall event where we used ORDAO. And then in addition to all that, I've also been coordinating the Superchain ORDAO team, supporting, so Jacob is building Superchain ORDAO to make Superchain interoperable, compatible across the Superchain. And so, for example, I was just in a meeting with Jacob and one of the people from that the incubator program, and making sure that that program is going well and supporting however I can. And yesterday I hosted a meeting with Jacob and Tadas and Abraham, talking about Abraham's building the Fractalgram app with ORDAO, and so provided space for him to build or help get some feedback on some things he can build, and then getting some updates from Jacob and trying to coordinate like the best possible product for that integrates Superchain ORDAO and Fractalgram and the ORDAO Fractal app however we can, and also participate in the past events and help provide feedback. And then I also shared a video, an event for ORDAO Fractal in that Superchain ORDAO group, and invited Howard into the group, and I'm exploring ways that he can contribute to ORDAO. And then also wrote a little document about ways that Howard and Abraham could potentially contribute to Superchain ORDAO too. So working on helping, coordinate and attract developers and help them find good ways to contribute to ORDAO. So that's me, and I see Rosemary shared something in the chat. Rosemary also helped with brainstorming about the intro and outro of the video. And yeah, that was very helpful, Rosemary. Thanks for doing that, because before that I was like, we're going to do a video, and it took way longer than we expected. And all that feedback was really helpful to make the video better. I don't know if you want to add anything there, or I can pass it on to Harveesto whenever.
It's okay.
Hi, Harveesto. Good to see you here. So here we are playing a respect game on who contributed the most to our DAO, and so you already contributed by joining. Thanks for that. We maybe later I will demo some of the things. Do you have anything more to say?
GM guys, GM Tadas. No, actually, I just came to give my support to you for creating and working on ORDAO for, I think, since last year. Yeah. I think that's a really great initiative, pushing the boundaries of fractal governance and making it easier to participate. So that's what I'm here for, to listen in and support, nothing else in particular.
Yeah, thanks. That's very much appreciated, and hopefully you will be able to test this. So right now uh, we will vote on in the respect game, and if you could join the Telegram link I shared in the Jitsi chat, then you could participate in that, and later we will submit through ORDAO Fractal frontend.
Oh, okay. Let me join the.
Yeah, so you will need a base account. It could be the same that you use for optimism, but you will need some ETH here. The transaction will cost less than a cent, so I could send you some ETH if you need.
Tadas, do we need to re-enter our accounts if we already responded?
No,
Okay.
just for Harveesto.
Okay.
Harveesto, could you reply with your base account to that message in the Telegram group?
Did you hear Tadas, Harveesto? You're muted right now, Harveesto, so we can't hear you. I don't know if you're trying to find your account while we're waiting on you.
Harveesto, can you hear us? Well, we can play back game anyway. So 4 out of 5 people voted. Basically, we only lack vote from Harveesto.
Thanks for voting for me, Tadas, but I think you deserve level 6 because, I mean, you built it. I wouldn't have had much to promote or help with if it weren't for you.
Yes, but you did a lot, especially in the last few weeks, I think. So just wanted to stress that.
Thanks, I appreciate that. But I would say building the app is also kind of a lot too.
Yeah, I can't argue.
Okay, thanks all for the respect.
Then deservedly gets level 5. Then I vote for Rosemary because, without her, I think that scenario would not get worked at all. Okay, Rosemary gets level 4. For level 3.
Shout out to Rosemary.
We have a soundboard in here?
Yeah, we have a lot of things. We can even show GIFs.
Oh, I didn't register to me. I thought you actually had a dog next to you. I was like, you're not even hiding this the whole time.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Jitsy's pretty full featured.
yeah, so we have ranked everyone. Now, if we Harveesto, can you hear us?
Maybe while Rosemary's dancing, got a dancing dog here. Hmm. Maybe we can just later use the ORDAO to give Harveesto respect for level 2. Yeah, once we know his account.
Yeah. Let's see if it will work.
Or also, Tadas, don't you know Harvesto's account from like when you had to change Harvesto's
Right.
the account?
Yes. Let me. Don't submit yet. Let me check that. It would be good if.
You'd make it easier just to submit it there.
Yeah.
Okay, I will not submit, but I have connected my wallet.
Yes, it worked.
Nice. If you want, well, you can explore the app a little bit. Check out the proposals, the new proposal, to get a little preview while you're waiting for Tadas. Curious to hear your perspectives as a UI guy.
Well, it is pretty plain Jane on the branding, so but you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, I did not focus on branding at all. Did not have time for that. But yeah, that's something to work on.
Tadas, I was telling you, you should put butterflies and stars and emojis and stuff everywhere. That's what we need.
Yeah, right. So I think I found uh, an account Harveesto. I think uses for optimism fractal. So we could use that. It would be
Okay.
good if you tried to submit as well, maybe later. So I shared the link in the Telegram chat, in that our group chat.
Okay, nice.
Okay, so now let's click submit. Should see this. Let's push on chain. Yes, that same thing happened already. Yeah, so that's the error I talked about in the last meeting, and it's the error that
Success! I pushed it on chain.
yes.
And now we should be able to see those transactions in the Discord where you have it tied to, right?
Yeah, actually, for those are not yet set up for
Okay.
this new deployment.
Oh, okay.
But I will set it up in the coming days. But you should be able, in the homepage of this new app, you should be able to see list of proposals, and in there you should see this new proposal we just created.
Okay.
And here are the rankings basically which we submitted. and as you can see, it already has this amount of votes.
Whoa. Burn respect? Wow.
All right. Will's getting impressed now.
Tadas, do you want to do a quick demo? Because I don't know if you showed everyone's progress on the app like you did in the office hours.
Yeah, I could go through some of the things. So basically, I wanted to say. Yeah. So first of all, who submitted already? Dan.
I just submitted. I think you have to refresh, right, for it to show, right?
Yes. Well, unfortunately, it does not yet show votes. That's one of the features I would like to implement at some point, so that you could see who voted.
Mm-hmm.
Rosemary, did you vote?
Yes.
Yeah. So Will voted and me. So yeah, that's about right. Uh, Although you do have to have ORDAO office hours respect for your vote to count here. Yeah, but people who don't have that respect can still vote, so the vote is still recorded. Yeah, now regarding a short demo, so I don't know how much you know about how ORDAO voting mechanism or OREC works, but basically you have two stages, voting stage and veto stage. Here you can see which stage we are in, and you see how much time we have left for at this stage. So currently voting stage is 3 days and veto stage is 3 days. So you see almost 3 days are left. And yeah, in voting stage you can vote both yes or no. Voting yes basically means you vote to execute this action on chain. Voting no means you're against executing at this time. Yeah, and in veto stage you can only vote no, and this is to allow community time to really uh, coordinate on proposals which are what's the word uh,
Suspicious?
yeah, suspicious or
Or contentious or controversial.
yeah, contentious or controversial. Yeah, so the idea is that community typically has a process for how respect is issued, for how we take actions, and the execution of this or DAO step is the last step in this process. And if if there is any contention regarding whether community has consensus whether to execute this action, this could be enough to vote no, for example. Uh, yeah, and so I could go more into details about why I think this works, but yeah, it's basically expressed well, I think, in this document, which is basically a white paper for OREC, which is the core component of ORDAO. Yeah, and then regarding basic features, we could go into see more details about the proposal. Here you can see the full addresses. Here are more technical details. Then you have a new proposal tab where you can see different kinds of proposals you can make. And basically, with this, you can execute any action on chain, meaning you can send any message to any on-chain smart contract, and you can do that using this custom call proposal type. You provide contract address and call data, and basically all the other proposals are basically helpers, like forms to input forms where you to make specific actions more easily. Yeah, so this, for example, form allows you to mint respect to any on-chain account. this allows you to burn in respect of any account. This increments a meeting number, so it's currently not the easiest way to increment meeting number. Basically, it's this number that is automatically inputted in this breakout room form. So currently, you need to pass proposal to increment this meeting number, and as a matter of fact, we could do that now since we just had a meeting. Yep, it worked. Yeah, so others can vote yes here if you think we had a meeting. Yeah, so custom signal is just to emit a signal event, which, as Dan said, is for off-chain coordination. And yeah, this proposal type can set period length, so how long voting and veto periods I talked about earlier, how long they last. Yeah, and then this is just currently a link to Fractalgram. And this is a page to submit results, and yeah, it accepts URL encoded parameters. So this is the page that is linked to from Fractalgram. This is the parent respect, the respect which is voting, by which the votes are weighted. So this is respect distributed during ORDAO office hours. And child respect is respect that is being issued on base. Yeah, and this is about page. Basically, I made a description about how this works in human language. This is the app state. Basically, it's some of the variables, smart contract variables. Events is the meeting number, or how many events we already had, rather. This is a user guide that Dan has wrote. I edited some of the stuff here. Yeah, I know, Will, that this should have like more space. Yeah, and this is some information about other communities. Yeah, so long time. Dan?
Thanks, Tadas, for the demo and hosting the ORDAO Fractal. It's been great, and yeah, I'll also encourage people to watch that video once again for a deeper dive into some of these things and check out the documentation you showed. And then I have just, I know we're over time right now, so I'm happy to wrap it up whenever you want. But then two things I wanted to say too is one, and this isn't a huge priority, but I'm curious to learn more about that custom signal function at some point. Like, what could that be used for? You said off chain. Like, for example, could you signal like you write text there or something like that, and just like signal something? And then two, I was wondering just if you're available to stick around after the recording ends for just talking about a couple of things briefly. Also, you're muted.
Yeah, if it's very brief.
Okay, sounds good.
Other than that, are we ready to wrap it up?
I think so. Do you want to just confirm if that custom signal, is that basically how it works? Because I wasn't totally sure what that does. Is that basically where you can just set out a signal to like just say something basically?
Yeah.
Or if you want to just keep that for another meeting, we can too. That's one I'm curious about.
I think you already asked that question, and I don't think I can give a better answer than
okay.
previously.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
That's basically for anything that has no on-chain implementation, and you want to Basically, if off-chain people have an agreement that certain signals mean something, then we can use that for coordination.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for letting me know.
Anything else before?
Nope.
Okay, so thanks for the meeting, and go ORDAO.
Go ORDAO.